Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shalina and I post all content fashion. I previously worked in fashion buying and have since started this channel as a way to carry on that love of fashion. In today's video, I want to take you through some of the tips I use to just give myself that little more polished off look without spending a load of money. These are really cheap and cheerful ways to make you look really put together. So number one, and I'm probably going to start off with one that you probably don't want to do, and that is ironing your clothes. Now, I, for one, hate ironing. It's something I decided a while ago that I was just not going to do anymore, but there are those pieces that definitely do need ironing. Think shirts, anything that is linen, things like that. I think you can really tell when someone hasn't gone to the effort of ironing something. If it looks really creased, I would definitely say if you want to look more put together, then definitely press them. If you really despise ironing, then you can get a steamer. They sell them quite cheaply on Amazon. If you want one that works particularly fast and well, I would say maybe put in a little bit more money. Not necessarily saying the more expensive something is, the better quality it is, but the one I have is, I think I paid about £25 for it, and it certainly only manages to do quite thin shirts, so I tend not to use it as much on anything else because I would be standing there for probably a day trying to get the creases out. But another tip I can give you with the ironing, if you really do despise it like I do, or if you're just really short on time in the morning, get your things ironed the night before and then just hang them up. That way you're not rushing around to do it in the morning. And I would suggest maybe taking some time on Sunday to pick out your outfits and get anything ironed for the week that needs ironing. That way you're not having to get the iron out every single day. Having clothes that are just not creased it's just going to help you look more put together. And I think, again, if you really do despise the ironing, then look into fabrics that don't crease as easily, or items of clothing that probably won't need an iron. For example, this jacket, I can wash it and wear it without having to iron it. So I would definitely have a think about it when you are buying new items for your wardrobe. Think about whether you're going to need to iron them. Unfortunately, there are just some items that will need ironing all the time. And the next thing is painting your nails. I have just done this for the clip and I have got it all over my fingers, I don't know how. But painting your nails just elevates your look. I feel like I just look more bright and cheerful when my nails are painted. And if you are not into colour on your nails, then even just having clear nail polish on really helps to make your looks look that slightly bit shinier, and just like you've put in a bit more effort into your look. If you really don't want nail polish at all, then just make sure your nails are clean. I like my nails short. I think they also help to keep them clean when they're short, so I prefer to cut mine short. Get your cuticles pushed back. You can get a little cuticle, I don't know what it's called, I'm going to call it a cuticle pusher, and you can just use that to gently push back your cuticles. Don't be too rough, it's a very sensitive area. I would also suggest not cutting them. That can lead to things like infections on your nails, and I think it's just a very sensitive area to be cutting. You could hurt yourself. So I suggest just pushing your cuticles back every so often, but also have fun with it. It's quite a nice thing to be able to sit and do. I love wearing bright colours on my nails. The weather's not very bright and not matching up to the colour on my nails, but this just makes me feel a little bit more cheerful. Also, if you like to go and have your nails done, it's not something I do. I just prefer to spend my money in other places, and I feel like once you do it, it's that constant upkeep that I just wouldn't dedicate the time to. So I do find it easier to just paint my nails at home. I also use a top coat just to make sure that it's not going to chip straight away. The Barry M one is really inexpensive and I find it works really well for me. It definitely keeps my nail polish on for about 2 weeks. I can even then start to peel it off myself, so I can just peel it off of my fingernail and it's all gone, so I don't really need to use nail polish remover. But yeah, if you prefer to go and get your nails done, by all means go and do that. Just bear in mind that it does weaken your nail. That was another reason why I don't do that and I just paint my nails at home. But definitely having some sort of colour or a little bit of shine, or even just making sure they are nice and clean and shaped, will instantly make you feel and look more put together. And don't forget your toenails as well. Probably something more for like summer when you're getting your feet out. But just make sure again your nails are cut, they're not dirty, and I do think a bit of colour on toenails does look lovely. And I know for people who have a feet thing, painted toenails probably does help the feet issue. Just remember, you don't need to spend loads and loads of money on nail polish. There are some really good affordable brands. I really like Barry M. I think they do really nice colours, and they stay on quite well, and they're really reasonably priced. I think it's about £4.99, £3.99 for a nail polish. But I also do really like the L'Oreal ones. They are a bit more expensive, but equally not as expensive as some of the other brands. But I do find the L'Oreal one does stay on quite long. So I think it's just about having a little tester, see which ones you prefer and which ones you find stay on your nails longer. And if you are trying new colours, maybe go for a cheaper brand so you can just see whether that colour suits your skin tone. And then if you do like it, you can always opt for a slightly more expensive version or a brand that you find stays on longer for you. Okay, so the next thing is having clean shoes. I definitely feel this will enhance your look. I think there are some times where you can get away with having dirty shoes or muggy shoes. I definitely don't, I'm not as bothered when my white Converse aren't stark white. Mine currently are yellow, so I definitely need to address that. But I think generally I do like to have my shoes quite clean. If I have any suede shoes, I try and give them a brush with the appropriate shoe brush. And it's always really good when you get new suede shoes, my new suede shoes, to spray them with a suede protector. That can really help, especially if you're going to wear them out and it starts to rain or something like that, or you walk in a puddle, whatever it might be. It will definitely help to protect the suede and make your shoes last longer. When it comes to things like boots, I just like to brush them off with a soft brush to get rid of any mud or debris, and then I use a damp sponge or whatever I've got to get that all off, get it nice and clean, and then I'll buff it up with some shoe polish. You can get shoe polish in loads of different colours, so I'm sure you can find ones that suit your particular shoes that you want to clean. But I definitely think clean shoes can make all the difference to your outfit, especially if you're wearing something smart. So wearing something smart and then having dirty shoes at the bottom is not going to complete that look. So I think it can definitely pay off just to give your shoes that little bit of attention. And also, just before you rush out to buy new shoes, just have a look at the condition. If there's still something that you can wear, they just need a clean up, then definitely try and do this. There are so many tutorials on YouTube of how to clean shoes, so definitely check it out. It's probably not as hard as you think it is. And this is one of my favourite things because I actually weirdly enjoy doing this, but it is bobble off. So when you get pilling on your clothes or any bobbling, I know there was one that was called a bobble off, but for me, I did get that back in the day, but it just wasn't that great. But there are some really good ones on Amazon that you can find. I always use reviews on Amazon to help me make my choice, but I think the one I recently got was really inexpensive. I will link it in the description box. Just de-bobbling your clothes, especially clothes that are really prone to bobbling, like a lot of my jersey tracksuits, for example. You know, just giving that a quick refresh. It can really help to keep your clothes looking newer for longer. And I think you just feel less sort of drab and just, you know, that your clothes are given a new lease of life. I think especially on natural fibres and knitwear as well, that will definitely need a bit of a de-bobble. So I like to do it before I wear them in autumn winter, and then I'll just continue to do them after every few washes. It really doesn't take long, in all honesty, and if you just make a habit of doing it, it won't be a massive job. You can even just sit in front of the TV or have some music on and just get your bobble off out and have a bit of an evening of it. But I do really think that instead of just thinking, oh, this is covered in bobbles, it looks really old, I'm going to chuck it out, definitely try doing the bobble off and see how you get on with it. And then just leading on from that as well, the other thing is just dusting off your clothes. This probably applies more to darker coloured clothes. I know when my husband put his dark jeans on, they tend to look like they could do with a bit of a dusting, but you can get, I believe there are reusable ones now. If I'm gonna look for them, and if I find it, I will link it. I do have the ones that are the actual sticky paper, but you can get ones that have, instead of buying a new plastic one each time you need one, you can get one with a rod and then refills, so you can just use the refills. But de-fluffing your clothes again just makes you look so much more polished. If you are working in an environment where you might get quite dusty, then I would suggest maybe carrying one in your bag. If you're wearing something that attracts the dust quite a lot, fabrics like corduroy and black denim, you'll really be able to see dust on your clothes. So if you are going to something where you dust before you go, it might be handy to take that with you so you can redo it as you need during the day. But I think that is a really inexpensive way to definitely polish off your look. The next one is actually a favourite of mine, and it is jewellery. I do think jewellery can just elevate a look so much, or just make a really boring outfit look so much more exciting. I probably would spend loads more money if I had it on jewellery. I did make a promise to myself to stop buying costume jewellery. That was probably more so, I bought it probably more in my 20s, to be honest. During my 30s, I definitely wanted to buy jewellery that would last me a lot longer. Now, ideally that would be solid gold, but solid gold is expensive, and it would definitely take time to save up for solid gold. But I would say if you can, then definitely do save up for solid gold. That piece will last you forever. You can wear it in the shower. You don't need to worry about it ever discoloring. It will stay looking bright and amazing as long as you look after it. But I have gone for gold vermeil. I know not everyone will say that's a good choice, but in terms of budget, for me, that is something that I like to buy. I have a few pieces from Monica Vinader which have definitely stood the test of time so far. I've had these pieces for about maybe 2 years, about 2 years. One of them I wear all the time, and that still looks great, I would say. Obviously not as good as solid gold, but it does look really good, so I'm really pleased with them. But just find a couple pieces that you'd want to wear daily, so a few necklaces maybe. Have a look at gold versus silver, what suits your skin tone more. I find that gold tends to brighten my skin tone and just suit me a bit more than like the coolness of silver. I think if you have like more of a cool undertone in your skin, then silver is probably definitely the colour for you. Experiment and play around with it, hold it against your face and see what looks good. Whether it be necklaces, bracelets, earrings, just have a bit of a play around. I like to pile on as much as I can, but I do really like jewelry. I tend to put my money more into necklaces, and I love wearing earrings. If I have to wear one piece of jewelry out, it is my earrings. I feel naked without them. And then the last really easy thing you can do to finish off your look is wash your hair. It just really elevates your look. It can make you smell nice, and it also makes you feel nice. And I think when you feel good about the way you look, you carry yourself in a different way. Definitely when you need to wash your hair. My hair is really fine, and I don't have a lot of hair, unfortunately, but I definitely need to wash mine, I would say every other day, to keep it looking fresh. Sadly, I can't get away with you know, washing my hair once a week, but equally I've tried to find other things I can do so that I don't have to wash it as often. I think as the more you wash it, the greasier it gets in a way, but I've been doing this for so long, it's going to take me a while to sort of get back into the flow of like not washing it as often as I used to. Things that I do is use wet look gel, and then I'll just slick my hair back, pop on some wet look gel, and then I don't feel as horrible as if I just had greasy hair and I was going out with greasy hair. So it's like an actual hairstyle, if that makes sense. But I would definitely say, you know, if you are short on time again in the mornings, then wash your hair the night before and just make sure you're changing your pillowcase enough that you're not then washing fresh hair and getting back on a pillowcase that has been on for a few days that may have accumulated a lot of dirt from the outside, or grease, pollution. All of that will stick to your hair, so just make sure you've got a nice fresh pillowcase. I find that silk pillowcases are great. If you have hair that gets quite knotty, then definitely go for a silk one. You can find really inexpensive ones, you don't need to spend a load of money on them, but I do find that they help to keep hair from getting too knotted, so definitely look into one of those. Okay, so as I touched on in the jewelry section, accessories can also help to really lift your look. So just think about a really plain t-shirt with a pair of jeans or denim shorts, for example. Adding a belt can just really help to lift the outfit. I think a lot of other things can help as well. Not only are some of these practical, but they also can just elevate the look and just make it look a bit more interesting. So things like sunglasses, hair accessories, if that's your thing. They're not really mine. I have bought them in the past and then came to the realization that I always buy them and I never wear them. So I made a promise that I wouldn't do that. But that's not to say that that isn't for everyone. So if headbands or hair clips or any type of hair accessory is your thing, then definitely go for it. I do kind of want to try like a scarf headband this summer, but we'll see. But yeah, I think accessories can really help help, even in the case of sunglasses. I mean, I have to wear sunglasses because my eyes are so sensitive to the light, but I do love wearing sunglasses. I think they just look really cool when you've got them on. So I do really like a sunglasses look. And then just think about things like your handbag or anything like that you want to carry with your outfit, just to make it look more pulled together. And also don't forget, if you're the type of person who likes to match your accessories, then you can definitely do that as well. If you're carrying a bag and you're wearing a belt and you want those to match, then that can also tie an outfit together quite nicely. So the next one is the 3 color rule. I really like this one, and I think if you're pressed for time in the morning because you don't choose your outfit the night before, or if you are someone who struggles to pull an outfit together, follow the 3 color rule, which basically means exactly that. You only wear 3 colors, no more. I think sometimes when we go a little bit more with different colors, it can start to look a little bit disjointed, and I think the 3 color rule just helps you to think about how you can pull an outfit together. If you're just focusing on those 3 colors, then it's easier to manage the color palette. And I think if you're wearing something like a jacket, for example, that's full of loads of different colors, it might be easier to get away with a few more different colors. But when you are trying to pull together maybe a simpler look, the 3 color rule can definitely help you there. So if you are wearing blue jeans and a blue jacket, like I am today, I don't know if you won't be able to see it. Oh, don't lift myself up. There we go. Then that is one of the colours. I've then got a white t-shirt on underneath, which is the other colour. And then I would only introduce one more colour into this mix. I think if I then say I introduced my black Sambas, for example, and then I added on maybe a brown bag, the brown bag would definitely tip it the other way. So I would definitely stick to a black bag on this look. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope I gave you some really easy tips to polish off your look for less. If you enjoyed the video, then please do subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.